Hi, hello, how are you? My name's Randy and I love everything crochet. Today I'm doing a beginner friendly project. I'm still getting over being sick, so if I sound a little congested, I am. But today is a very beginner friendly project. You just have to know how to either do a magic ring or like I do, which it has a name. I don't remember what it's called, but it's where I do a starting chain of 4, go into the first one and make a circle. Either way, you have to know how to do that to make this, and this is a AirPod slash, if you're like me, just general unnamed brand headphone carrying case. So this one is a cute little frog. I have to edit him a little bit so his eyes pop a little better, but this is super easy. Like, the only other thing you need to know how to do is sew. So if you kind of have the magic ring down and you know how to sew, this is a decent project for you. But yeah, so this is a great gift. This is one of those projects that if you're starting out and you want to give people crochet, you can definitely do this, and you don't have to use this fluffy yarn if you don't want to. But if you make this, definitely let me know either down below or go follow my Instagram and send me a picture or tag me in it if you have a crochet Instagram. I'd love to see it. But there's his little face. Let's go ahead and get started. I want to go ahead and apologize that my tablecloth, which I'm just keeping on my table at this point to try and protect my table some, but it's a little shiny, makes it not very good for filming, so I want to apologize for that. But let's go ahead and get started. So you need whatever yarn you want to use. I'm using this fluffy yarn that I just have extra of. This is Premier Little Bunny yarn. I don't remember the color name, but you don't need a ton of yarn. I couldn't tell you exactly how many yards, but you do need some black acrylic for detailing. You'll need your hook, which I did not bring mine over. I'm using a 5mm for this. Whatever size is appropriate for your yarn. Need some scissors and a yarn needle. This does require some sewing, so you'll need that. I already did one side of this because I wanted to kind of get an idea of how much I needed to do. So you're gonna start with your magic ring. If you're like me and not very good at the magic ring, we're going to do our own version where I go into the end here and pull my yarn through and make a circle. Either way, once you have your circle, we're going to put 6 stitches into the center. Depending on your yarn, you may need 8. So just keep that in mind that the size of yours may vary if you have like a huge gap between your first stitch and your 6th stitch. It's probably best to add 2 more. Oh, hold on. So there's 1, then we'll go back into the center, then 2, and you want to move your yarn around to keep, so you're not putting the stitches on top of each other. And I know it's hard to see, but especially if you're not using fluffy yarn, you can see your hole a little bit better. And you can see I have a little bit of a gap in between my 6th stitch and my last stitch, or my first stitch, but that's okay. And then we're going to go into our first stitch here, mark our new first stitch, and then we're gonna double up with 2 stitches into this one, then put 2 stitches in the next one. So we're going to put 2 stitches in every stitch all the way around. So we'll go from having 6 stitches to having 12. The next round, we're going to take out our stitch marker again, go into the first stitch, and mark our new first stitch. Maybe. And then we're gonna do a single stitch. So 1 stitch in the next, then 2 stitches in the one after that. So go back into the same one for 2, then a single stitch in the next, then into the next one put 2 stitches, so going back into the same one, then 1, all the way around. The next round, take my stitch marker out, and then we're going to put our new stitch, first stitch, mark it again, and then go back into the same stitch, putting a second one. So you have 2 stitches into 1 previous stitch. Then we'll do 1, 2 single stitches, then back to 2 stitches into the same one. So go back into that one, then 1, 2, then back into the same one, twice, then 1, 2, and you're gonna go all the way around back to the start. And then the last round, go back into the first stitch and keep going with our pattern. So I'm gonna mark my first stitch, then go back into that same one for 2 to make 2, put 2 stitches into 1, then 1, 2, 3, then we're gonna do 2 stitches into 1, then 1, 2, 3, then back to the 2 stitches into 1, go back into that same one, and we're gonna do this all the way back to the start, and that is our next round. And once you do 1, you want to get a nice long tail here. Oops, don't unravel your work. You want to get a nice long tail so you can attach the 2 pieces together, and then you'll want to do a second one. How I like to attach my yarn to kind of make it look a little bit more circular is I go into my next one and just like pull through first stitch, and that kind of helps make it a little bit more rounded. But that is like where our your AirPods or your just headphones in general. I don't have actual AirPods, so they'll just be my headphone case. But next we'll do the eyes, which are going to be simple. For the eyes, I literally did this where I just did 4 for my starting chain, and then I went into my last stitch, pulled my yarn through, cut, and that was it. So I kind of have like this little rounded nub, and basically you just want to stitch those onto the top. This one ended up a little bit longer, so just pick whichever side you want to be the front and just add those to wherever you think will look best for the eyes. Now for detailing, we're just going to use, or I personally am going to use, black acrylic yarn. You can also use safety eyes if you want to, but I'm just going to do a really simple eye where I just add, and I'm not going to keep the backs of the 2 eyes attached. I'm just, for the ease of it, keeping it attached for the second. And so yes, I'm going to do 2 simple eyes, 1 on each green part. And once you add the eyes, we'll go ahead and add the face we want. I'm going to do a nice simple smile. I'm going to just do a little. Once you get a face you like, you're simply going to attach the 2 ends together, or the 2 sides together, and you want to try and attach it high up where you'll just have a small opening for you to slip the case into. Once you weave your ends in, you add your headphones, and you have a super simple and easy headphone case cover. I still have to do my ends, But yeah, you can do a lot to edit this. You could add straps where you could tie it and attach it to stuff. You can also add like a snap, so you can snap this in so it can stay. But yeah, for the most part, that's all it takes. This only takes a few minutes, so it's a super easy little thing to do, especially if you just want to crochet something for people in your life. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye!